So today we're going to talk about Card Factory stock. On Friday they delivered a massive profit warning and the stock ended up falling down 27%. And I've got to say, that profit warning on Friday, wow, it shocked me. I could not believe the big downgrade they had. I mean, we're all aware that every so often things go wrong with a business that can deliver a downgrade, but the size of the downgrade that came out from Card Factory, I was really taken back. I did not expect that to happen. And the stock did fall 27% on the day. It has pushed Card Factory down to 70p, which is the same levels that we haven't seen really since the back end of 2022. So nearly 3 years ago now, which is a pretty sizable drop there. And that's also a little bit of a frustrating thing I've got to say as a Card Factory shareholder is that, the amount of time that you've been in this stock and for the last 2-3 years, the stock has gone sideways. And in that time frame, you've seen them meet financial guides, you've seen them do ahead of expectation updates, and the stock has traded sideways during that time frame, and now you get the hit with the profit warning and you go down. That's also a little bit of a it's a bit of a blow when that happens. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing, and also the size of the profit warning overall. So I'm going to talk about a few things here, the negatives, the positives. First thing I want to talk about though is the reaction. I could not believe the reaction to the stock going down 27%. So first of all, the amount of comments that I got about Card Factory being down was unbelievable. And first of all, like the amount of people that come out of the woodwork to have a go at you because the stock's gone down. My fault the stock has gone down. It's unbelievable. I got so much what I've not seen for a while. I thought we were kind of past this point. Is so many hate comments like, oh, having a pop at me for it. And it's like, guys, it's investing. You're going to have stocks that go down. Are we going to ignore the other 9 out of 10 stocks that have done well this year? Are we going to ignore the 50% year-to-date performance? But, I don't know what it is, but, some people just, for some reason, just hate you and want to see you fail. And I couldn't believe the amount of people that just came out the woodwork to have a go. Go take that somewhere else. We don't need that. But also maybe the reaction as well is from newer investors that have just got used to a market going up and finally seeing the stock go down 27%. The panic stations, it's like, guys, you're going to have this. You're going to have times where you have a stock and it drops 20, 30, 40% out of nowhere and you've got to deal with it. That's just part of the game. It's the same as where, you have your returns and your stocks do amazing. You're going to have times where stocks are going to go down. And if you're emotional about it, you're not going to be a good investor. You've got to take the emotion out of it, reassess what the financial information are out there and decide where you go with that position going forward. If you're emotional, you're not going to do well in this game. So a little bit of a message there, because I think that some of the stick that I got on Friday was ridiculous, and also maybe some of the new investors finally seeing a big drop and getting quite emotional over it. You don't want to be in that place. There's another comment I want to address as well. There was a couple of people that said, oh, you're not talking about it, you're hiding away from it. Like, guys, this has come out on a Friday. I already had a Friday video pre-recorded, so that video was going up. Saturday, I've tried to get into a routine now where I have Saturday off from the stock market doing any form of work. I spend it with my missus and my little girl, and that's their time. I'm not committing to doing videos on Saturday going forward. Sunday, if I have time, I'll get round to it, which we are doing, or if not, I'll cover it next week. So just have a little bit of respect from that point of view as well, I think. So anyway, let's get on to the investing point of view. Let's start with the negatives overall. So we got the profit warning out, 12th of December. The first opening statement, it was like, oh, this isn't going to be good. Confidence and shopping behaviour continued to be soft on high street footfall. Okay, I thought that's preparing us for the profit warning. On the assumptions that current trends persist over the remaining 7 weeks of the financial year, we now expect to deliver adjusted profit before tax for the full financial year between 55 to 60 million. So to put that into context, that is a 15 to 22% profit miss from what they were guiding previously, depending if you take the low side or the high side. So that's big. That is really big. I was maybe expecting 5%, 10% downgrade potentially if we're going to have a profit warning, but to come out with a 15 to 22% drop, that is significant. That's a really, really big drop in profitability. So I'm not surprised the stock did go down on that news. The thing of the confidence and shopping behaviour continuing to be soft and high street footfall, I can buy it. I can buy it if it was a 5 to 10% profit downgrade. I can't buy the 15 to 22%. That says to me there's something more majorly gone on in the last few months that maybe they're not telling us about. Obviously, we'll have to wait for the full results for that to come out. I feel like, I don't know, maybe a partnership has ended as well, or the partnership hasn't been successful. The cost migration from some of the costs that they've taken on board with the likes of the NI or the minimum wage increases. Something from my point of view, that's not just a soft demand. I think something in the business has happened, but we'll have to wait and see. I can't see that being the case of the big drop off there. So we'll see. My feelings overall with Card Factory during this period of time is that I did actually make some remarks on the private group a couple of weeks ago, and I said I have had a few issues with Card Factory and going in and using the business, which is why I always like investing into my businesses that I use, because I can keep tabs on them, see what's going on. I do think they have gone for the higher prices quite a bit now. And most cards in the shop are like £1.50, £1.99, which is okay to raise your basket total. But there's quite a few people that go into Card Factory because it is cheap. You go into it because it is cards for 50p, £1. And that's a lot better than going to the likes of the supermarkets, for example. You can't keep pricing your customer out. And I felt like when I went into Card Factory the other day, every card I was picking up was £1.99, £1.99, £1. Card Factory have your reputation of being cheap prices, like £1 cards. You've got to be a bit careful about how much you push those higher prices onto it. And maybe that's the higher price model has not been accepted by the consumers, and people are maybe going in and maybe not buying as many cards. That's something that I think could be the case. What I've also been disappointed with this year with Card Factory is I feel like the designs have been pretty poor. I feel like the designs have been poor and the range has been pretty poor. Me and my family had a meal the other day and we got on about cards, and we both, everyone that was there said that, a lot of us go to Card Factory, funny enough. Not that because I'm a shareholder or anything, it's just that's how it works. And we were all remarking on like the range being pretty poor. And even recently, somehow me and my missus bought the same engagement card for each other. And that kind of says like, maybe we know each other quite well, but that said to me like the range wasn't great from that point of view if we're buying the same card. And then me and my brother also bought my dad the same birthday card, which was like, that's to me isn't just that we think alike, it's just the lack of range showing up. So I think the range has also been pretty poor from Card Factory recently, so that's something that I feel like they do need to improve on. A few people have been saying about the acquisitions have been poor that they've made. We will see. I certainly think now the stock has had this drop, there's certainly going to be a lot of pressure on the management to say that the acquisitions that they've been making are starting to deliver results. People have been saying like they should have been putting a lot more money back into a dividend and a share buyback, which obviously you still get a lovely 7% dividend with Card Factory, and they are still actively buying back shares, which I think later on in the statement that they said they're also still planning on buying. So the share buyback program will continue, and the board anticipates declaring a progressive full year dividend. So they are doing them, but I think a few people wanted more of the profit thrown into the dividend and the share buyback rather than the acquisitions. So we'll have to see there. If the acquisitions work, I'm happy that they've made them. I guess that's sitting on the fence. But a few people saying if they hike this dividend up to what they could have done with those acquisition money to an 8-9% dividend, maybe the stock wouldn't have dropped as much. Maybe. I'm not too fussed on that. A few people are saying that it's just Card Factory coming to an end. People are sending cards less. Cost of stamps are putting people off sending cards. I certainly think that's the case, but that's been the case for the last 10, 15 years. This isn't a new thing where people are sending less cards with stamps going up and people just generally doing less cards. It was the same last year. It was the same the year before. I buy it that it happens, but I don't think that's enough to justify the drop in the share price. I think there's more maybe going on here than what potentially we've been told, in my opinion, to have such a big downgrade in the profitability. Now, those are the negatives. So, getting on to the positives. Well, I guess the positive overall is that you're still getting a 7% dividend yield here. That's still a really lovely dividend overall. The other thing is that overall, Card Factory is still generally forecast to be a decent profitable business. You know, they're still going to be throwing off 45 million a year. They're still going to be throwing off 610 million in revenue on a 244 million market cap. That's plenty of revenue. That's 0.3 times sales. If you look on a P ratio basis, Card Factory is now 5 times earnings, which is 5 times earnings, incredible. And I do feel like, yes, I'm shocked by the size of the downgrade in the profitability side of it. I think the drop was overdone on Friday. The profit warning was 15 to 22%. And let's not forget, Card Factory has been in the dumps for a while. Let's not forget, Card Factory was at 6 times earnings before this drop. Like, it was already megally on the cheap side. Nobody was pricing Card Factory like it was a stock on momentum. So to drop 27% on a profit warning, on worst case scenario, the profit hit is 22%. Okay, I'm sure it's going to be probably more to the middle side of the guidance at 18%. Let's take 18%. Let's say the profit impact is 18%. You can't drop a stock 27% on an 18% profit downgrade that's already down at the dumps. Like, I would have understood a 10% drop, 15% drop on Friday. I would have maybe even pushed up to a 27% drop on Friday. A 20% drop on Friday. 27% is way overdone in my opinion. That drop was way overdone overall. The other thing is that, should we be surprised that they've been struggling to meet profit numbers this year? I mean, when you look at the context at the earlier update at the start of the year, Card Factory said that because of the big changes to the national living wage and the national insurance contributions, if you remember, the budget last year happened, and that put the national minimum the wage up 3 times more than inflation. And they also got whacked with the NI contributions, and that was a 14 million cost inflation that they were going to take on top, not including other inflation impacts. Don't forget, inflation went up to 4% this year. So unfortunately, I do think some of this is out of their hands. I do believe that this is what we talked about, not to get onto a political side, but some of these are political impacts for them. You know, when you're trying to absorb a 14 million cost pressure and your 2024 net profit was 49 million, if you've then got to absorb a 14 million hit, I mean, you can take your profitability straight down to 35 million there. So then you've got to get from 35 million back up again, which they have increased the profitability from that point of view, but it's a big cost to absorb. You know, you're talking a good 30% of your profit getting whacked because of government changes. So are we surprised really with all these cost pressures that they've gone, look, we tried, but we can't offset these big costs when it's so much of our profitability that's been hit? And then that kind of puts it onto, okay, let's listen to what other companies are saying. Well, if you listen to what other companies are saying and what the data is saying, so, you know, Card Factory are blaming the soft footfall. Well, if we look at retail sales data that came out, that does look the case. If you look at October, the retail sales were poor and they actually fell in October, which kind of puts down to the poor footfall. We saw that the budget decision to have the budget late, you know, people would be saying, oh, this late budget isn't going to affect people that go into Card Factory. It does. It runs down. People feel it. People talk about it. So that late budget as well, on top of something like Card Factory, the data's there. The retail sales did slow down during that time period. That late budget, once again, has had that knock-on effect from the consumer, and Card Factory has felt that one as well. And then you listen to other consumers there, and I've put a little bit of a list down, and you know, the public retail companies that we have, like JD, B&M, Pets at Home, XP Factory, ABF, Dunelm, Weatherspoons, have all put down that these cost pressures have really hurt them, and they've also said there's been a consumer slowdown. So what other companies are telling us as well, and other profit warnings, is a common theme. There's a lot of these retail stocks that have said we've just been hit way too hard. Another positive that I did have is that the forecast that they did say there is that if these trends continue. Now I'm thinking that, okay, we're a bit closer to Christmas. We know where the budget is at. People might have been holding back, and people in these few weeks that are a bit closer to Christmas might go pick the cards up. That also is my feeling as well, because personally for me, I've not bought my Christmas cards yet either. I know this is not the greatest logic out there, but I've personally not bought my cards either, and I probably will be going to Card Factory. But also, maybe there's other people that have just left it late because of uncertainty, a bit of nerves, and now people are feeling a bit more confident, and that run up to Christmas where people get a little bit more excited. Maybe they'll go out to the likes of the Card Factory and go spend, and there'll be a pickup in the last few weeks. So that they're saying that if this trend continues, makes me think that, and also the size of the downgrade as well, is that I think Card Factory have come with a profit warning of like, we're only doing the one profit warning. This felt to me like I mean, never say never. It doesn't feel like to me that Card Factory are going to come back to the market in a few months' time and go, hey, we're doing another one. It feels like it's big enough, and the sentiment is that low that we might not see another one here. So that is also maybe a little bit of a positive that I have here. The other thing as well is that when I look at management team, the fact that they were buying shares in July time, like Darcy Wilson here, the CEO, bought about 50k worth of shares, and also the CFO bought around about 24k worth of shares in June time. The fact that they bought shares in that time frame makes me think, look, they generally thought they would execute towards the back end of the year. It just hasn't happened. The uncertainty, the cost pressures, it's just what it is. So it's nothing like they have been, hanging us on, not telling us the truth. I think it's just all that unpredictability, and it's hit the stock, and that's it overall. And it's frustrating, when an update like this does come to you, you're like, oh, come on, and it comes out of nowhere. And the size, that is one thing that I do want to hear. Is I don't think it's footfall. I think there's something more there, and I do want to hear that from them, and more of the reasons why. But I do think it's a series of unfortunate events, what has hit them on top. And they've got so much cost pressures to having to migrate that it's just too much for them this time round. It does mean, in my opinion, that maybe it has created maybe a little bit of a base for the stock here where they've put the bottom in with such a large profit warning potentially. I still think when you do look at Card Factory, the balance sheet is so much healthier than where it was many years ago when it was, 174 million in debt, and now it sits at 97 million. They do generate still levels of profitability. You're still going to get a dividend. They've got potential to hike that dividend up, still doing a share buyback, for example. As long as they keep hitting some of these partnerships as well, opening up the new stores. I think Card Factory overall, 5 times earnings. That's incredible. I think the drop, like I said, was way too much. Yeah, I'm not happy with the sell-off in Card Factory. But when I look at the valuation and the long-term potential of it and the dividend, I think it's overdone. I still think that Card Factory has potential. And I bought on the dip. I still want to see clarity on what has happened, to be fair. And when I do get the full interim results, or is it full year results coming up next for Card Factory, I will want to dig in and see a bit more what's kind of going on here. But disappointed, but I think it was overdone. And I'm keen to see full year results about what exactly has happened inside there. But until then, I've got to make the best decision with the information I have available. And that's my kind of decision right now. Once again, though, it does show you retail is such a cutthroat industry, though. But yeah, that's everything. Hope it was useful. See you in a bit.